Yes, very nice. Good to see you all. Just going to pop it live on Facebook. So we're on Facebook, we're on Zoom, we're on YouTube, and hopefully everybody can hear me on Facebook and YouTube. For the Zoomers, yeah, I can see you all there. That's good. I can see you got plenty of space. We'll start standing. We're working on breath, focusing on breath work as usual on our Tuesday sessions. So find your comfortable standing position, and I'll swap cameras. Really just going to focus on attention to, oh, there's Rebecca, yep. Let me just make sure you can see the screen properly. Good, bear with me 1 second, I will be back in a minute. Just want to make sure I am spotlighted. Yes, so you can all see there, good. Just really going to pay attention and focus on deep breaths, big breaths, chest breathing, belly breathing, and make sure we can really get a sense of what we feel within the body. We'll start off as usual with our little bit of a shake. So shake the hands, use the legs to pump. And see if we can just let the shoulders relax, because when we do this we tend to sort of like hold the shoulders. So really feel those shoulders just letting go, some vibration through the shoulders, shoulder blades relax. See if you can feel the spine relaxing and vibrating a little bit. And the head and the neck. Now if you're comfortable you can just bang the heels. I'll just show you from the side. If you can see there, you can just bang the heels into the ground. So you're really getting some vibration through the body. Feels nice. It should feel good. You might feel one side feels a little bit tighter than the other, a little bit more blocked than the other. So really just take your time. Get this vibration going through the body. Shake out. Nice, 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 nice. And then just take a moment, bring the feet hip width apart. And just take a moment, even just with that short minute, 30 seconds, 45 seconds of vibration, feel the tingling, nice tingling through the body. Maybe wiggle the toes a bit, maybe rock the feet a little bit. So having a conversation yesterday again with so many people about like, oh, I don't breathe with my belly enough. And I think, as I always highlight, you don't breathe air into the belly unless you're gasping air in through the mouth. So let's just place our hands, just palms on the abdomen, just on the navel area or your belly button area. And just notice what is going on here as you breathe naturally. So I just want you to follow the breath easy. So we're not changing any way we breathe. Focus on where you feel, in terms of your standing position, where you feel strength to actually hold yourself in this standing position without being rigid. So through the feet. So just take the focus into the heels again and just notice how you're really strong and stable through the feet. And you might want to shift the pelvis forwards and backwards a little bit, or shift your center of gravity forwards and back a little bit, so it feels strong, but you can relax and release and soften a little bit in this abdominal area. And then focus on spine, nice tall spine. So just lengthen the spine, nice to give like a little nod with the head. Notice what happens when you lengthen the spine up, what happens in this lower abdominal area. So really tune in to see how much strength you need, where you need to be strong, but where you can actually soften and relax down here in the belly area, in the abdominal area. So in Qigong, lower dantian, center of gravity, lower reservoir for energy, for physical energy. It connects the ground, the earth, up to the sky. It's our center of gravity of our body. So we're breathing into the center, we're bringing the focus deep into the center, but we're not overusing those lower abdominal muscles to breathe in a resting, if we clamp this standing as a resting posture. So just focus on that wave-like sensation. So you'll just feel the belly slightly extending, slightly moving out on the in-breath, and slightly moving back in as you exhale. And then just shake the hands out, shake the legs out a little bit. Chest area. So people again will say, oh, I breathe with my chest. Everybody breathes with their chest. The chest, the rib cage, the diaphragm is here, the lungs are here. So you are going to breathe in with your chest. So there's nothing wrong in chest breathing. And it's not separate chest, belly breathing. So let's just bring the focus now. Keep your, I'll mirror you, so your right hand is on your belly. Your left hand is on the sternum here, so this nice collarbone area here, the sternum here. Just rest the hand on the sternum there. And again, just tune in and see what you notice. Again, connect with the ground. So stable and strong through the feet. Pelvis balanced over the heels, nice and tall through the spine. So our standing position will change what's going on between these two areas. We'll change what's going on with the diaphragm, pelvic floor. So really just feel free to move around a little bit to balance. Now what I'd like you to do is sense as the breath goes into the body, coming down to your center and then coming up to the heart center here, or the sternum. So again, just follow the breath. So we're not creating any greater volume of air, you're just noticing here first, and then it's just coming up to here as well. So it's really subtle. So imagine, if you like a thin thread of air going down through into the body, down deep, and then expanding out. So just gently opening out. The ribs are soft, the belly's soft. But there's flexibility, there's mobility, there's elasticity in that whole rib cage area. It's a subtle movement. And the shoulders are relaxed, so keep the shoulders down. And then just let the arms rest by the side. Again, little shake out, little move. It's really good just to tune in that standing position, because you can feel the difference of, if you just go, right, I'm just going to stand up straight and tall, and you start to pull the belly in and you start to become rigid in the shoulders, then you're just holding everything in. But just take your time to feel that sense of where you need to be strong. The subtle changes in balance, where if you're here or here, if you can find those subtle changes in balance, those subtle movements, that subtle lift and lengthen of the spine, everything fits in, everything suddenly comes together, and the breathing is softer, more fluid, more effortless. So that's what we want to find. And it's taking your time to do that in a standing posture, so that then when you start to move, when you do other things, that you're more efficient in your breathing. Let's pop the hand again. So pop your left hand, I'm mirroring you, on the sternum, and then your right on the back of the body. So again, this is the bit that we often miss. So I'll swap my hands, so you've got your right on the back of the body. So here on that kidney area, right across the back of the body there. And see if you can feel that little bit of expansion here. We tend to get very tight here, compresses the lower back. So breathe in to the back of the body. Again, we're just following the breath at the moment. So I'm mirroring you now. So you've got left, right. So see if you can get that sense of that thin thread of air comes down and fills this space here. So the diaphragm is coming down and expanding the ribs. So that's what's creating that space across the back of the body. And then it'll be that little bit of movement, almost undetectable, but you will usually feel it here as that sternum opens up a little bit, the collarbone opens up a little bit. This is where we tend to get tight quite a lot here in this collarbone area, upper pecs area here, pec minor here. And shake out again a little bit. True deep breath. So all you're doing is breathing the right volume of air that you need for what your body is doing at this moment in time. So if you're standing here, to your metabolic needs. If you've had breakfast, then you'll need more oxygen to digest that breakfast. If you've had coffee or anything, everybody's metabolism will be different at this moment in time, but you want your body to be breathing the right volume of air that your body needs at that moment in time. So we're not taking big breaths, but you're still taking deep breaths. You're going deep into the body. You're not breathing into the belly, because you cannot get air into the belly unless you're gasping air in or drawing air in through the mouth, pushing it down into the belly. So the belly is displacing a little bit because that diaphragm is contracting, and it only moves a little bit. And it'll move less when you're standing up, because you need to stabilize everything here with those abdominal muscles. So it really is tuning in, taking your time, giving yourself that space to feel where you need strength. So it's not just the diaphragm that's a breathing muscle. The heels in that contact with the ground are all affecting how you're breathing. Let's do an exaggerated version of that movement now, just so we can focus on extending the spine and flexing the spine. So this is where we are deliberately, consciously controlling the breath to take a fuller breath. So we are taking a greater volume of air into the body for the purposes of this practice, and we will slow that breath down, which means we don't end up hyperventilating and overbreathing. So we'll take our feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of bend in the knees. So we always keep that bend in the knees in this position here. And we're going to do the standing, if you practice yoga, the idea of the cat-cow. So extending the spine, flexing the spine. I'll show you from the side. So we'll stand heels down. Slight tilt forwards. Watch that you're not leaning back here on this one. So slight hinge of the hips. So you're gliding those hips back a little bit. We start off elbows up, shoulders up. No, not shoulders up, sorry. Elbows up, shoulders down. You're extending and looking up. And then you're rounding down. So hips slide back, extend and open. And pelvis in, tuck the pelvis and down. So extend and round. So let's do 3 or 4 of these. Just the movement to start off with. Get used to the movement. Open up and extend. And as always, it's not forced. So nothing is forced, nothing is pushed beyond what you feel is working for you. So you don't want to be forcing anything or hoiking anything. Let's do a couple more. Extend. And round. And extend. So we're extending, we're getting all that nice movement through the spine. And round. And then take a rest there. And again, just shake out if you need to shake. Arms, legs out. As I always emphasize on this practice, is the extension is starting from here, from that thoracic spine. So what you can do is you can just go, oh, I'm extending my back, and crunch everything down into this lower back. Then you start to feel tightness in the lower back. That's not what we're aiming for. What we're aiming for is opening up the shoulders here, opening up the collarbone across the front, and extending from that thoracic spine. So you'll see I'm tight in the thoracic spine. Here the thoracic spine is this bit here, upper back area. If I extend to there, that's great, as long as you're lifting and extending. If I just scrunch my lower back and compress my lower back, that's not the purpose of that practice. So the idea is extending upwards and opening up. That's why it's nice to look up as well with the visualization. Let's do that practice again with the breathing. So you were breathing normally there, breathing naturally there. So this time, again, knees bent, a full breath in through the nose. So you take a big breath in. And then you can use the mouth to release. Big breath in through the nose, mouth. Keep the knees bent, breath in. Couple more. And then rest there. Shake out a little bit. Again, because we're increasing the volume, there's a big difference between pulling air in and really making the breath forceful, to actually almost like using this movement to draw the air in through the nose. So you're not hoiking it and hiking the air into the body. So it's, imagine like you're drawing water through a pipe. If you just literally blasted the water through the pipe, it would be blockage and it would spurt all over the place. So you want to actually like draw the air into the body, so you're slowing it down. And then when you breathe out, use the diaphragm, use those abdominal muscles. Here's where you can use the abdominal muscles to pull in. So almost like bring that diaphragm back in place. So you're... So let's just do that again with the breath. Thinking calm, smooth, fluid, greater volume of air, not panicking or not over breathing. So again, let's make sure we're in the right position. shoulder width apart, knees bent, slight tilt forwards with that upper body. Start off, breath in through the nose. And then now go at your own pace, in through the nose. So the movement is smooth, rhythmical. Feet nice and strong on the ground. Keep going. Really feel the strength and the power in the breath, in the movement. Do a couple more in your own time. Really waking up the spine, and then just, when you're ready, just step back and again just shake out a little bit. Looks good. Everybody looks great on Zoom there. Looks very smooth, looks very fluid. We've done quite a lot of extension and flexion. Let's just add a little bit of rotation to that. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider apart on this one. Again, so we're really using the legs. Now take it to your own comfortable width. If that's tight or tense in the legs or in the hips or anything, just come a little bit closer together. Or you could just do shoulder width, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you're comfortable to go a little bit wider, and we're going to do the rotation around the spine. So I will mirror you. So you're going to shift to the right and rotate, and then shift to the left and rotate. So we've done quite a lot of extension through the spine. Let's just do some rotation. So you just rotate, shift and rotate, and use the hips and the legs to shift your center of gravity, rotate. Now make sure on this one as well that you still keep tall through the spine, because if we end up doing this or leading with the shoulders, you don't get that rotation. So you're swinging and rotating through the spine. Rotate, rotate. Should feel quite nice. Just breathe easy on this one. So just breathe comfortably in and out through the nose. So you're just looking in the direction that you're rotating. Nice and tall through the spine. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging on the legs, what you can do is sink down a little bit more as you come across. So it's almost like you're skating, so you're using the ground. Obviously if you were skating, you'd be looking in the direction that you're going, but we just want to get that rotation, rotation, tall, tall, tall. If you keep watching from the side, I'm, again, hips are back and I'm rotating around. So just watch, this is a real challenging one because it looks quite easy. Just watch, there's a few of you on Zoom using the shoulders. So just come back up to standing, just come back up to shoulder width. So before you do the bigger one like that, just get this going. So just moving, you're moving the hips are going and the shoulders are following. There's a really subtle difference and you can see it if I work with my shoulders or if I work with my hips. So the hips are going first and I'm keeping tall through the spine. Just that's nice, that's better. And then slow it down. So again, if that's a little bit challenging, start with the easy stuff. Start in just a shoulder width apart. I'm just rotating, just using my hips. I'm moving my center of gravity, moving my hips, and everything else is following. Good, we'll finish off still standing actually. We'll go to shoulder width apart, working on that extension through the spine, and also thinking of breathing, letting that air come in and creating space here first and then moving up. It's almost like filling a glass. Obviously the air comes through that upper chest first, but it comes down and then fills upwards. But what we'd like to do is we'll use some hand movements. So as you're lifting up, the air is actually going down deep into the body. And then you're just going to hold up there for a second, and then you're going to come back down. A little bit of give in the knees. Coordinate the breath. It's like you're picking something up, and then you're just going to hold it above your head there. And then you're going to bring it safely back down. And it's like a little suspension at the top rather than a stop and a hold. Little suspension at the bottom. Now let's coordinate the breath with this again. So as we come up the body, we're actually breathing deep into the body. So you're breathing in through the nose, a little bit of suspension at the top, and you're breathing out through the nose. Breathing in. And out. And breathing in. And settle into your own comfortable rhythm. And for the next few breaths, bring the focus into the back of the body where you felt that breath going deep into the back of the body, in that area of the base of the ribs, the kidney area. So that in breath, as you're breathing in, you're breathing into the back of the body. So you're breathing deep into the back of the body, deep into the kidneys. Just focus on that in-breath, breathing into the back of the body. Looks good. It's nice to see everybody going smoothly and comfortably in their own rhythm. It's all about rhythm and smoothness and control. So on the next cycle, focus on the out breath. And as you breathe out, focus on just bringing that diaphragm up. So it's almost like a little squeeze of those upper abdominal muscles. So not too much, but you're just helping the breath out. So that helps to control the smoothness of the out breath. Shoulders relaxed and down. Keep going. Let's do 2 more in your own time. 2 more. Good, and then take a rest. Give the hands a bit of a rub. The sun is coming out here now, which is really nice. All the fog is clearing. Gonna head out for a little bit of a run. So I hope everybody's got a really good day planned ahead for you all. Thank you for your time and attention. As always, if you've got any comments, do leave them in the comments box below the videos, or if you're on the Training Hub, or if you're on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you all on Thursday at the movement classes, and have a great day. Thanks everybody. Bye. Take care. Thank you.